What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Quick and easy video coming at you today. I'm going to show you how to swap out the transducer on your Lowrance Ghost trolling motor. Very simple to do. We picked up the new 3-in-1 nose cone for the motor. I've had it out on the water a few times already. I love it. So I'm going to show you how to swap them out from the original HDI transducer to the 3-in-1. And I'm also going to show you, if you're unfamiliar or haven't seen it, I'm running the Rytek Marine LiveSight mount that allows you to have forward facing and down facing on the LiveSight in a matter of seconds. You can switch back and forth. I do have a video showing that in a little bit more in depth on the channel. I'll put a link up above if you wanted to see it. I'll show you what I did to get that to work with the new 3-in-1 nose cone, since the 3-in-1 is larger. I should say longer, not larger, it's longer. So I'll show you what I did to get that Rytek Marine mount to work with the new nose cone. So let me show you what you get in the package, and I'll show you what you have to do to get it swapped out. Alright, so real quick, this is what you're going to get in the package with the 3-in-1 transducer. Obviously, this is the transducer itself with the nose cone. You can see what it looks like there. It has a little notch in the back, which I'll show you where that goes. Very self-explanatory, very simple. You're also going to get a bolt that looks like this. And then you're going to get a package with 4 washers. There's 2 big blue washers, a small black washer, and then a medium-sized black washer, so 4 total. Alright, so that's everything that comes in the kit. Obviously you get the instruction manual and stuff like that as well, but this is everything you're going to need to get it installed. Alright, very simple to do. To get the HDI nose cone off, it's an 8mm Allen wrench. All you're going to do, there's a little circle right here on the front of the HDI transducer. You're going to go ahead and loosen that up, unscrew it, and that pops off and it looks like this. Just set that aside. Inside where you just took that off is another 8mm bolt that looks it's actually the exact same one as the one that comes with the new 3-in-1. So you're just going to go ahead and take that out, and that looks again like this, exactly like the one that came with your 3-in-1. Once you have that removed, you can now just kind of wiggle the nose cone back and forth. It's going to pop off like that. It's obviously connected with the cord right here. Just twist the cord towards you, pop it off, and there's your HDI. That's simple to remove it. Now, to get the 3-in-1 installed on the Ghost, very simple. You're just reversing your steps. The 2 big blue O-rings that come with the 3-in-1, I'm actually not going to use them. There's already 2 in the place where they would go. And this trolling motor is relatively brand new, so just take a look at your blue O-rings that are on there already. If they look like they're in good shape, mine look perfect. I'm not going to take those off just to put 2 new ones on. They're already in place, and again, showing no signs of wear and tear. They look perfect. So I'm just going to leave. But if you did want to put the new blue O-rings on that come with the 3-in-1, that's where they would go. You can't miss it. There's already 2 there. You would just remove the old ones, put the new ones back on. So you're going to take the 3-in-1 transducer. Obviously comes with the cord. You're just going to plug the cord into where you remove the HDI. Make sure it's on there secure. Take the knob, twist it away from you, locking it in place. And then the back of the 3-in-1 has a lot of open space. So as you pop the 3-in-1 on there, just make sure the cord is kind of tucked nice and neat down in there so it's not going to get pinched. And that cutout on the 3-in-1 that I showed you, that's going to go over the skeg of the trolling motor. Alright, so just again, take the cord, tuck it nice and neat down in there so it won't get pinched anywhere. Make sure that cutout in the transducer goes over the skeg of the trolling motor. Pop it on there just like that. And then you're going to take the new bolt, and you can reuse the old one if you want to. They're the exact same thing, but if you want to use the new one, you're going to take the small black O-ring that came in the package, take the bolt, and it's just going to pop over and go on the bolt just like that. So then you're literally just going to do the exact same thing. It's not rocket science, not hard by any means. Take the 8mm Allen key, thread it back in there. Make sure you tighten it down good so no water can get in there. And once you have that tightened down, you then take the other black O-ring, which is a little bit bigger, looks like this, and that's going to go in on the circle right here. There's a cutout for it. You can't mess it up, you can't miss it. So you're just going to pop that O-ring right in there. And then they do send you a new one of these as well. I'm going to reuse the old one just because it has some kind of grease on it. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but you'll see what I'm talking about when you remove it. But they do send you a new one. So you're just going to go ahead and pop that back on the front. Tighten it down with the 8mm Allen wrench, and you are good to go. That's all there is to installing the 3-in-1. When you turn your graph on, it'll automatically recognize it. I did not have to change anything in my graph. It just automatically recognized the 3-in-1 transducer, and I was good to go. Like I said, I've had it on the water a few times already, and you're more than pleased. No issues whatsoever. So let me show you real quick what I did to my Rytek Marine mount to work with the 3-in-1. I should have shown you a little bit of a comparison, but you might be able to see here the size difference of the 3-in-1 and the HDI. The 3-in-1 is a good, I don't know, maybe 3 inches roughly, give or take, longer than the HDI. So let me show you what I had to do with my Rytek Marine LiveSight mount to get it to work with the 3-in-1. All right, guys, there it is. That's what it looks like on the trolling motor. So let me show you what I had to do to get that Rytek Marine mount to work. I'll just show you real quick the cutout in the transducer. That's how it goes around the skeg there. So this is the bracket from Rytek Marine, the LiveSight bracket. So let me show you what I had to do. I'll show you what was happening first, and then I'll show you what I did to fix it. So I'm not going to go in depth about this mount. Again, I have that other video talking about this mount. So basically, on the HDI nose cone, because it's shorter, you can see the mount right here has a half moon cutout. That usually rests right up against the shaft of the trolling motor, and that's what secures it to the motor. So now obviously what happened was, now that we have the 3-in-1 on, which is a longer nose cone, you can see the way this mount is built. It has a curve right here in the front that has to hook around the front of the nose cone. So by doing that, because the 3-in-1 is longer, you now have this gap back here where the back of the mount, or the bracket, won't fit right up against the shaft of the trolling motor. What was happening when I tried to do this a couple different ways, and what was happening was, when I would tighten down the hose clamps in the back here, the front was wanting to pop up on me and slide back. It wouldn't stay towards the front like it has to, obviously, because you were putting all the tension back here, and it was just wanting to shift the bracket and the transducer back to the shaft of the trolling motor. Obviously no good. Front was popping up, just wasn't working well. So I kind of looking at things, and again, you guys know me, I love to just kind of come up with odd ways of doing things if I can make it work. So here's what I did. Here's what I came up with. Very simple solution. I was looking at the transducer, and I happened to notice that between the transducer itself and the housing of the 3-in-1, the head of the 3-in-1, you can see right down in here, there's a solid piece. It's basically a brace that helps hold the transducer to the head of the 3-in-1 nose cone. There's no wires, there's no circuit board, there's no nothing. So all I did, as you can see right there, I drilled a very small hole, just big enough to put a zip tie through, and I believe it was a 5/64 inch hole. I started smaller than that, but I think the final hole I drilled was a 5/64, and I ran a zip tie down through there, and that's how I secured the front of the bracket to the head of the trolling motor. All right, so as you can see, I ran the zip ties. It's securing it right here. There's actually little cutouts right here in the bracket itself. They were there, I didn't have to make those, and it just kind of worked out well that the zip ties are actually just sitting in those cutouts on both sides. You can see one here, one here. So the zip tie just sits down in there, and it holds it to the head of the trolling motor. Let me just pop this back, and you can see that's on there nice and sturdy. It's not going anywhere. All right, so you can see that's it serves its purpose. Did I want to drill a hole in a brand new $300 transducer? Absolutely not. But when I was trying to make this work, I really couldn't think of any other way to do it. Everything else that I tried, it just wasn't happening. The front end here was popping up and sliding back on me. Now that I did that, couple zip ties, small hole drilled in that little brace in there, no harm done. I've had it on the water several times. Again, that's just a solid piece. You can't ruin the transducer or you can't ruin anything by doing that, because it's just a solid piece right there that braces these two pieces together. All right, so that's all I did to get this bracket to work. If you are running the Rytek Marine mount and you want to do it that way, by all means, you know, again, can't hurt anything. As long as you don't drill into the head or the transducer itself, you're fine. That piece right in there is just literally just a solid piece that braces them together. Easily drill a hole in there and get it done. I will tell you, Rytek Marine does actually make a 3-in-1 bracket for a bracket for the 3-in-1 nose cone, but it's like an extra $110. And I love Rytek Marine mounts. I'm 100% satisfied with it. I just didn't want to spend another $110 on a piece of metal just to get this to work with the 3-in-1 nose cone. So that's what I came up with. If you guys have any other solutions, feel free to leave them down below. But again, very carefully drill a small hole right in there, and you can't go wrong. So all right, so that's how you swap out these nose cones, and that's what I did to get this Rytek Marine mount to work with my setup. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, as always, leave them down below, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.